The chill slapped me the second I opened the door. The kind of deep, biting cold that sneaks under your skin and settles there. Thanksgiving night, the house dead silent, my suitcase still in my hand. Then I spotted the note on the kitchen counter, scribbled fast, almost angry. We're on the cruise. Take care of Victor. Take care of him. Like he was a leaky faucet or a forgotten bill. I walked through the dark rooms like I'd wandered onto a crime scene I never signed up for. That's when I found him. Victor, curled up on the floor beside a radiator that hadn't worked in hours. His skin looked thin and grey like melted wax. His breathing came in shallow, wet rasps. They turned the heat off on purpose. They wanted nature to finish the job while they drank margaritas in the Caribbean. But his eyes fluttered open, found mine, and he spoke, voice barely a thread. "Oh, they don't know I changed the will," he rasped. "Help me make them pay." His cold fingers closed around mine, weak but full of intention. In that moment, something inside me snapped into perfect focus. Not love for him, clarity. I finally saw exactly who they'd turned into. Let me take you back 5 years, to when I first met Emily. She was sunshine in human form, quick laugh, warm hugs, big promises about building a simple, honest life together. She made me believe in things I'd stopped believing in long ago. Her brother Ryan was the same. Always smiling, always ready to help, the kind of guy who pulls you into a back-slapping hug that lasts half a second too long. I missed every red flag because I was too busy falling. Victor, their stepdad, was the quiet one in the family circus. They treated him like an old couch, ugly in the way, taking up space, but he always liked me. Said I had an honest face and sharp eyes. I didn't get it then. I get it now. The cracks started small. Emily staying out later and later. Money disappearing from accounts she swore she never to touch. The way she and Ryan would stop talking the second I walked into a room. Guilty silence thick enough to choke on. Then came the text I wasn't supposed to see on her phone while she showered. Once he signs the new papers, we're golden. Don't mess this up. No names, but I'm not stupid. My heart sank, but my brain went ice cold. I started watching, really watching. Emily controlled the checkbook. Ryan managed Victor's pills. Both of them could mimic his shaky signature perfect. Both knew the old will left everything to them. Surprise. Them and the new one, the one Victor kept putting off, would cut them out completely. They were in a hurry. Compassion just slows things down. They thought I was soft. Easy to fool. Easy to use. Big mistake. The night Victor begged for justice, I didn't waste words. I made phone calls instead, to his real doctor, his real lawyer, the private nurse Emily and Ryan had never bothered to meet. We got heat back in the house, fluids in his veins, warmth in his bones. The next morning, hand-shaking but determined, Victor signed the new will. Then he recorded a full confession on video. Clear, calm, devastating. 2 days later, he slipped away in a warm bed, surrounded by people who actually cared. Not alone on a freezing floor like they'd planned. While Emily and Ryan toasted with piña coladas somewhere off Cozumel, I worked. Bank records, forged signatures, fake medical forms, every secret withdrawal. I collected it all like a patient spider. By the time their plane touched down in Seattle, I had enough evidence to bury them 10 times over. They came home tanned, laughing, dragging designer luggage through the door. Emily grinned first. "So you took care of Victor?" I smiled back, calm as winter. "Oh, I handled everything." Ryan chuckled. "About damn time somebody..." That's when they noticed the thick envelope on the dining table, their names in bold letters from Victor's attorney. Emily tore it open. 10 seconds later, every drop of colour left her face. The letter laid it all out. The new will leaving them nothing. The elder abuse investigation already underway. The dying declaration on video. The frozen bank accounts. The restraining orders. And, my personal favourite, the arrest warrants waiting at the local precinct. Emily looked up at me like I'd grown a second head. You did this?" "I know," I said quietly. "You did this to yourselves," Ryan charged. He made it 3 steps before 2 plainclothes officers stepped out from the hallway and dropped him to the floor. Handcuffs clicked. Emily just stood there, mouth opening and closing like a fish on dry land. "Why?" she finally whispered, tears starting. I stepped close enough that only she could hear me. "Because you left a dying man to freeze to death and thought I'd help you hide the body. I don't look the other way, Emily." "Not anymore." The house is warm again these days. Quiet, but a different kind of quiet. Peaceful instead of cruel. Sometimes, late at night, I still hear Victor's paper-thin voice in my head. Help me make them pay. I did. The best part. The revenge wasn't only his. It was mine too. They taught me how cold the world can be. I just showed them what real cold feels